going to be very brief regarding what I'm going to say to you today. But when it comes to your finances, it's important that you pay attention to that as well as everything else in your life. Because everything in life, there's balance. So if you have something that's off kilter, that's going to cause stress and pressure and anxiety, and you're not going to be functioning at your full capacity. And a lot of our communities, sometimes when it comes to our finances, we take the attitude that it's everybody else's fault, it's the bank's fault, and we get negative, and that's what I call a victim mentality. So we want to change our mindset and get ourselves into a position of power. You want to be as educated as you can about the dynamics of the financial industry that we're in, so that you can be an educated consumer. So now you have power rather than looking at the bank as the enemy. One of the key takeaways that I want you to take with you today is to remember that banks are for-profit institutions. So sometimes there's that mindset that banks, they owe you something, or they're there to provide us handouts, things of that nature. No, we are for-profit, and that means we're in the business of making money. So just as you go to Wendy's or McDonald's, or the men go to the barber shop, women go get their hair and nails done, you pay for that service. Same thing when it comes to banking. The bank is providing you a product or a service, and they are charging you a fee for that. So your responsibility, our responsibility, is to become educated regarding how the banks work, and then we can make financial or empowering decisions as to how we deal with banks. So that's a big takeaway, because some folks in the communities, they think otherwise, and that puts us in a position of being a victim. We don't want that. We want to be powerful as we conduct business with these banks, right? So that's number one, they're for-profit. Number two, please remember, one thing I always say about life is about choices. And this includes your financial situation or your financial status. And I'm going to be very blunt here. Anybody who knows me, part of my brand is just being blunt. I'm very fast to the point. If you decide to have unprotected sex or relations with somebody, that has a consequence, correct? It can have several consequences. They could be positive if you are happily married or you're going to have a child, or they could be negative. If you decide to commit a crime, that will have a consequence, especially if you're caught, right? Your financial decisions have consequences as well. So we want to get out of the mentality or the mindset that, oh, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, they're lucky, they're rich, they have this, and I'm a victim, or I wasn't born with those privileges. We have choices that we can make that will empower us or build us up and hopefully help us to become wealthy, just like we have choices to sit back and complain and murmur, or sit on the sidelines and let everybody else passes by as we watch other people make things happen, or take that hater mentality. So always look at it that way, in the sense that the choices that you make financially as well as every area of your life are going to impact you, negatively or positively. So how you choose to spend your money will have an impact on your financial status. And one of the things, a lot of things with finances, it's pretty much like a scientific law. It's like, okay, whether you're Jay-Z or Beyonce, or whether right now you're on assisted living, for example, if you spend more than what you earn, you are going to have a problem. There's no way around it. Whether you're a millionaire, whether you have your low income, moderate income, that's just the bottom line. So in order for us to navigate that realm, we want to make sure that we're decreasing our spending, not spending money foolishly or changing our habits, and increasing our income. And that's what's going to, and there's a lot deeper that I can go into that, but I'm limited for time, but take that with you. Decrease your spending. So if you can sacrifice, maybe not, pay such an astronomical bill for your cell phone or for cable, you might have to sacrifice for a moment to achieve that goal that you want to attain. You're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. So you have to change your mindset when it comes to that. And also, two more important things to take away. Communication. Some folks here spoke on Matthew spoke on communication. Whitney spoke on branding. Communication is critical when it comes to your finances, or when you're conducting business in this realm. In the areas that they mentioned, as well as you just speaking up for yourself, or if you have questions, not being shy or embarrassed. Some people, there's a misconception that the bank is the bad guy, the people with the business suits are not approachable. As an educated or powerful consumer, you should be asking questions if you don't understand something.